Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, it's yet another program on the couch, and today we are going to discuss about the pillars of Islam, which are Iman, Salah, Zakah, Saum, and Hajj. And so we are discussing the pillars of Islam. I'll start with you, Sister Nadia. What do you think, what do you have to explain to us about the pillars of Islam?
The pillars of Islam, that's the foundation of Islam that holds Islam, that's what makes Islam. So as you have highlighted before that we have 5 pillars, that's Iman, Salah, Zakah, Hajj, and Saum. Iman just means faith in the oneness of God, believing in one God. So whatever we do in life, we have to pray to one God. That is, we have the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, meaning there is no God except Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. So that's what makes you a Muslim. You have to believe in the oneness of God. I think others you can add on that.
Yeah, there is also prayer, which is known as Salah, which is to pray 5 times a day. That is what distinguishes the prayer in the religion of Islam. We have 5 different prayers that have been obliged to be followed. And then there will be other optionals, but we can talk about those ones any other day.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think I wanted to mention something on Iman. I think in every religion, you have to believe in something for you to say, I am this kind of person. So basically in Islam, so that people could understand, we would just have to say, it's you have to know in your heart what you are believing. Like, you cannot just follow something for the sake of following. Like, I'm just following up because it's my parents, that's what they believe in. I have to follow because my parents, they are going this way and that way. So it's something that you have to feel in your heart. It's something that you have to follow. Because later on, you have to understand that by having faith, everything that comes with it, it will become much easier for you.
Exactly. They say you have to understand it, then believe it, then say it by tongue. So before you say it that I am a Muslim or I believe in Allah, believe it and understand what does it mean. Yes, exactly.
Iman is actually the first and most important pillar of Islam. Without Iman, you cannot become a Muslim. You have to first declare the Shahada, where you say, I testify that there is only one Allah, as you have actually said.
Exactly.
So once you have declared that testimony, then you are now known as a Muslim, and you can actually be able to follow all the other pillars of Islam.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Iman, you mentioned Salah. What else are we talking about now?
Before we move on, I think on Salah, she mentioned that we have prayers and there are 5 times daily prayers. These prayers, I think they help us as the Muslims. Why? Because just imagine that you are praying 5 times, it will make you stay away from sins. Like before you're doing a sin and you have to go and pray, you cannot easily come back and do a sin again and going back to prayer. So Salah helps us to stay in the right direction. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave the example of a river in front of your house. Like imagine someone bathing 5 times daily. Would they have any date with them? Obviously no. So Salah helps to cleanse ourselves and to remain on the straight path.
Yeah, for me, I think Salah is very important.
Exactly.
Like, there's nothing you can do actually without praying. Because I think you have to commit yourself to say, I know it's difficult for many people, like say, I can't keep up with 5 prayers.
Exactly.
I'm busy, I'm what? But to tell you the truth, those 5 prayers, they don't even take you an hour of your day, of your 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a few minutes, like, it's just remembering Allah that I'm living, I'm breathing, and I have all this that is happening in my life, but I just have to have that time only for God.
So
right?
it's strengthening relationship with Allah.
Exactly.
You need to strengthen that relationship. The people you love, you always need to strengthen.
Yes, you have to keep up.
Yeah.
Remember when, like, my relative is not communicating with me how it feels. So we should also communicate with Allah often. And also, she mentioned the point that most of us will say we are busy, but who gave you that job? It's God. And who has given you that health is God. So we have to thank Him often. We have to talk to Him. And most times, sometimes people don't understand us. I come with my problem. Look here, I need this. people judge us, or you spread the news, oh, she's going through this. But if you talk to God, God is the all-hearing, He's the all-seeing, and He is the best comforter that you can ever have. So salah is very, very important. As also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, as-salatu miftahul jannah. Salah is the key to paradise. You cannot unlock a door without a key. So we have to pray so that we can go to paradise.
It's for our own benefit.
Exactly. God doesn't lose anything because you didn't pray, but because you need life, you need sustenance, you have to pray. Yeah, exactly.
And there is also fasting, right?
Yes.
That one is an obligation for everyone. They are optional, and then some of them you have to. It's a must for every Muslim, right? So, is there any difficulty you're faced when you're fasting, like as a person? Because it's an obligation.
Fasting in Ramadan, the most obliged one, right?
Are there any challenges that you're faced when you're fasting? When you started fasting, like this is really fasting now. So are there any challenges?
Obviously, at first, especially at school, like people bring lunch boxes. Let's be honest. People bring lunch boxes and at home I'm fasting, but at school I'm eating. Yeah, but I think when you understand the purpose of fasting, when it comes to understanding that it's a sacrifice, you have to fast for God, then it becomes easier that way. But if you're in an environment that there are no Muslims, like imagine you're staying in a house where people are cooking and you're saying I'm fasting from dawn to dusk, it becomes a challenge. But really, I don't know others.
For me, fasting had never been a challenge because in our home, because we are a Muslim home, so you won't have people eating during the day when it's fasting time. And when my very first fast was very easy when I was 9 years old, when I had my complete, it's obliged for a 9-year-old to have complete fasting there. It was because there was a reward at the end of it. We were given, like, if you fast the whole day, we're going to give you maybe a chocolate after you finish breaking your fast and all that. So I think if you are from a Muslim home where everyone is practicing it, it's very easy. I don't know about other challenges.
I think personally when I started fasting, it was like it strengthened me to know that there is Allah, and I'm not fasting for my mom or my dad. I do not have to hide. Even if someone told me, let's eat, I'll just know that Allah is watching. So why should I try to steal because Allah is watching with us? I think for me, fasting just improved my relationship with Allah. Because the moment I just knew that I'm fasting for Allah and Allah is watching me, that's when I just realized. So I could take food from my friend, keep it in the bag, and always basically making our fast. That's when I started eating. But it was
I think it also comes to the issue of commitment. Like, whatever you do, you have to commit yourself. Because sometimes, actually, I remember for me, like when I used to go to school, like I would forget actually that there was this other incident. Actually, someone came, like I was fasting, I knew I was fasting, but a friend of mine just came and said, okay, yeah, said this, she had chocolates, and she knows I love chocolates. I don't want to lie. So I just took the chocolate and I threw it in my mouth, and I was like, I'm fasting. Then I took it out of my mouth. So those are some of the challenges that you can face. But actually, I didn't eat because I didn't break my fast because I wanted to break my fast. So I just continued with my fast because I did it unintentionally. So I think those are some challenges that you face along the way.
That temptation that comes to
Yes, yeah. But the great benefit is that when you're fasting, because you're from dawn to dusk, like before the sun rises until the sunset, you're abstaining from anything that is sinful, you're abstaining from food, you're abstaining. So if you can abstain for something which is permissible, it means even when you're not fasting, you can abstain from something which is not permissible. So imagine you fasted for 30 days, you stayed away from all the things that are prohibited in Islam. It's a training, like 30 days, then after that, you're now committed to doing that. So it's more like a practice, or more like a training, that this is the right way. So that's the benefit of fasting, and during Ramadan you fast and you can continue doing that even after. So in the whole year, your iman, your faith is at the peak, inshallah.
Because I think most people, they make a mistake by thinking that fasting is just fasting food.
And no, it's not.
It's
All
more
the other
important to
desires.
fast.
Fasting to gossip.
Yeah.
Yes, fast all the other sins. Fast from lying, last, exactly.
Yeah.
It involves all the other desires. So if you can fast for 30 days abstaining from those, then it means you're strong enough to continue doing that in your everyday life.
Exactly. So it's very
Besides
beneficial.
their health benefit, now doctors they state that it's healthy, you have to keep away from food, and so it's a very great thing. That's why I'm proud to be a Muslim actually. Because it's a way of life. It doesn't affect our spirituality only, but health-wise as well. Exactly.
What else are we talking about?
Zakat, right?
Exactly.
To provide our wealth
Giving
to
charity. Yeah. So
Yeah, what do you think?
well, just like you're sharing your bounties from Allah.
Yes.
People fellow Muslim,
So-
you don't expect anything from them. You just give whatever you get from your bounties. That's what I just believe it is all up to them.
yeah, so zakat, if you have wealthy, they say in Nisab, like they certain wealthy, if you have certain wealth, then you have to give 2.5% of that wealthy to those who are less privileged. So that's why I think most people see masjid, people given things, and some of them come just for that. But it's one of the pillars of Islam that if you have something, then you have to share. God blesses the hands that give. I think that's what.
An upper hand is always better than the lower.
Exactly.
Yeah, because most people that say, I don't have it enough for myself, so how can I give someone else? But I think the less you have, if you are willing to give that out, I think it will help you. Your bounty will even increase because you are giving something to someone.
More blessings will come because of that.
Yeah, because when you are given something in Islam, there is a prayer that someone who receives something from a person has to say, and it's what may Allah
May Allah reward you. Yeah,
may Allah
reward you. So as more you give and people are praying for you, then so those people who have the nisab, we should give zakah, and those who receive zakah, let's make du'as to those who give to us, and inshallah one day we shall be people who are able to give as much as we can. Exactly.
And the final one, that's zakat.
No,
No,
we're discussing
Yes.
That is the
The
visiting
pilgrimage,
of
right?
to the Kaaba, one in one's lifetime, once in one's lifetime. Inshallah.
I
hope all of us one day will go.
Yes, we are hopeful.
Financially able to
We are
do
hopeful
that.
that one day we'll be in Mecca and we do a pilgrimage, and we first make when you're praying, right? Yeah. So I think the feeling will be so great. Like, this is it. I'm now in Mecca where my prophet walked and prayed, and we just have to pray. But those who have wealth, they should definitely go for pilgrimage. Inshallah. Once in a lifetime, just go there.
That's the place where there's no pride and prejudices. There's no need of nationality, there's no need of race. Everyone is just there and then just see the greatness of Allah.
Exactly.
And but there's no need to be
And when Hajj, people wear those, what do they call them? I forgot the Arabic name. Like they'll be in cloth. Like you don't wear your clothes. Yeah, they
there's
just.
no one who
Is
is
it
there
also
and
for
there.
ladies, or it's just for
It's
men
for
like when they wear
Ladies, they also have their own.
Black, isn't it?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
So imagine just you're at the place where you don't need to.
Yeah, it makes everyone humble.
Yeah,
like,
it's just humble. You don't need to show that you're rich or
And actually, at
whatsoever.
pilgrimage is that's where they run from Mount Safa to Mount Marwa. Yeah, exactly.
Safa,
Safa Marwa. And there's also when they stand on Arafah, like you're standing, you just like more like a practice of what will happen on the day of judgment. Like we'll be standing in front of God with nothing except our deeds. Like your good deeds as well as your bad deeds, and waiting to be judged. So I think going to pilgrim will give you the feeling of.
And you can also get some water.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because everyone on this day they just bring this up and water. And some water.
Yes.
Yeah. It's nice.
So how? But maybe your non-Muslim friends will ask, what is it all about Zamzam water? How did the way come about? Why is it so important? Like I had friends asking me, like, saying Zamzam water and.
Yeah, okay. From the stories that I that I had, actually, I think it's about what name Hagar.
Exactly.
That's how in English or what they say is Hagar.
Hajra.
Hajra in Arabic, right? That is the mother of Ishmael, right? So from the issue, I think someone can really explain. Who can explain that?
So what happened was that Abraham, that's Ibrahim in Islam,
Yes.
so he left his wife in the desert, that's Hagar or Hajra, like it was a commandment, right?
Okay.
So from God. So the wife said, oh, if it's a commandment from God, then I'll stay here. But then it was a desert, no water, no, we all know a desert things. And she was breastfeeding like the baby. So at first they had this bag of water. What did they call them like?
I don't know what happened.
They had a water bag. So at the end of the day, it got finished, and the few days that they had, it got finished as well. And so she was stuck there, like, what do you do? Like, your baby needs milk, you're thirsty. And so she ran from Mount Safa to Mount Marwa, looking for water, looking like she was a desperate mom, like, you know, the love of her mother.
She wanted that.
Yes, so she would run and just hoping that she might as well see water. So she ran 7 times. That's why even in pilgrim, people run from Safa to Marwa just following what she did 7 times.
Is it because they want to experience it, to feel how it was for her to run from one mountain to another?
I'm not sure is it to feel, yeah,
Maybe it's just become a tradition, right?
because of that. So after those 7 rounds, then she had a voice, like she had a voice, and she was like, if there is anyone, please help me. That's when the angel appeared and it struck the ground, like I'm just summarizing, and then water gushed from it. So up to now that well is still there, and it's a blessed well. So everyone wants to drink water from there, so that's how it came about.
Well,
Say anything else?
I don't think there's anything else. We'll take a break for now. We'll be back. Welcome back. So I want to learn from the ladies what did they benefit from learning the pillars of Islam, and I have to know, since day one, ladies, what did you benefit from learning all this basic? Did it change you? What impact did it have on you?
Well, for the first one, Iman, I actually benefited because it taught me that God is, what do I say? That as an individual you can go straight and talk to your God because you believe that He is one. You cannot associate Him with anyone or anything or any object. When I'm just praying or when I'm hoping for God, or even when I'm in a car and it's running, like it's speeding, all I know is that I only have God to rely on, and whatever it is that's going to happen, it's all God's plan, and I'm always calm because of that.
Actually, for me, like the pillars of Islam, they are more like my foundation for me, for my everyday life. I try by all means to commit to them. Like I try to improve my faith in God. I try to better myself in one way or the other. I try to read as much as I can. I try to understand Islam as much as I can. I think through learning or getting more knowledge about Islam and understanding it, that's when you grow up from that. So for me, they are just the basics that lead me on. Like if I learn more about prayers, I understand that how important it is for me to pray 5 times a day. So I try by all means like to perform them, 5 of them. I know sometimes you get challenges and all that, but through studying Islam more and more, I improve on that, right? So though I'm still yet to fulfill the other pillars like zakat and pilgrimage and all that, but inshallah with time I will reach there and I will fulfill all of them. But basically that's how it is.
To me, I think the one that affects me most is Salah. Why? Because we do it every day. It has changed me in the sense that I've become someone, whenever I face something, I know I have God to turn to. And because it's a 5 daily thing, it makes me being aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being aware that God is there and He's the only one that I should pray to. So I can integrate it with oneness of God, that is Iman. There is nothing else that is better than God. And there is nowhere else that you can turn to except to God. So doing them have motivated me and have molded me to become a better person, because I am reminded that you should pray, and pray to who? To God. Yeah, I think that's all. The others, I haven't been to program, I haven't been up to pay zakat, and Psalm as well. We fast every year for 30 days, so it also affects me when it's time for Ramadan. It's time to get back, motivate myself that this is wrong, I'm staying away from this. So it's the best thing, because that makes Muslims before the other thing.
Yeah, I think it's like a roadmap. That's
where Islam starts.
Like the main, you just know you're going to go this way. After this one,
exactly.
Like one step to the other. So, what are your final words to the listeners? Your advice?
To the listeners, I think, especially to the Muslims, let's stand firm to these pillars, because that makes us Muslims. Let's strive hard to pray 5 times daily, and let's give more if we have nisab, and if we are very wealthy, let's go for pilgrim. And as the month of Ramadan is coming soon, let's make our goals to fast as well as achieve a lot from it. And we believe only in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we shouldn't confuse between zakah and charity. Some of us may say, oh, I should wait to be wealthy so that I can give. No, zakah is compulsory wealth that you should give out. But charity, you can give as little as you have. If you have 2 cups of water, give that. That's charity. It's different from zakah, because zakah is compulsory at 2.5% from your wealth. Inshallah, we shall strive to be better Muslims.
Okay, for me, to the listener, I'll just say, let's grow together, let's learn together. So to do that, you have to keep following us, you have to keep listening to our programs, then I think we'll learn much more.
It's also for the social well-being, because if you follow those pillars, for example, prayer, if you are someone who is praying and you are being fearful of your Creator, you also treat people very well. You won't have to quarrel with people, because you are closer to God. You have this eternal bliss, I think, where you know that it's all God who is like there for me, and I don't have to be angry. People have to be patient. And when it comes to charity, as you said, if you are able to give, mostly someone who is likable in the society. So, for example, the Prophet ﷺ said, if you make a soup, then make it gravy and then share it with your neighbors. And if you follow those pillars to the dot, I think we'll be able to live with others with togetherness, happiness, and you can share love and all that.
Yeah.
I would conclude that this is the Islamic eye we told people about. Open your eyes, learn about Islam, and always try to be the best you can ever be. There's no other way than being the best. So it's a wrap, and then we have to see each other next time.
Inshallah.